Dedicated to Canada's patron saint, the Oratoire Saint-Joseph is one of the world's most important pilgrimage destinations. Located in Montreal, Canada's second-largest city, the massive domed basilica, built in Italian Renaissance style, is well worth a visit. Faith healer Brother André was buried here. His grave is part of the sanctum and is situated in the original chapel. This charming old French-influenced city area lies between the harbour and banking district. Numerous buildings have been restored in the last few years. The City Hall was built towards the end of the 19th century in French Empire style. In 1535, Jacques Cartier took possession of this land for the King of France, and in 1642, Montreal was founded. Right in the heart of Vieux-Montreal, this pretty town market was established. Sir George Etienne Cartier was one of the co-founders of the Canadian Confederation and the first Canadian Prime Minister. His residence, built in neo-Gothic style, revives the atmosphere of 19th century Montreal. The charm of this building is captivating, with its fine furniture and works of art. Narrow lanes and small houses recall the past and are reminiscent of the original settlers' lifestyle. The end of the Rue Bon Secours leads to the oldest church in the city, Notre-Dame de Bon Secours. Seafarers donated models of their ships, either to be spared from shipwreck or in gratitude for being rescued. The holy nun, Marguerite, lies buried in front of the altar. After many fires, the present stone church was rebuilt. Across a wobbly wooden staircase stands the church tower, from where, in olden days, ships in the harbour below were blessed. The views across the old city and Vieux-Port are breathtaking. The riverbank's impressive stone buildings are witness to centuries of history. In the harbour area, the old customs house and former harbour authority. On the foundations of Ville-Marie, a remarkable architectural structure was built, the Museum of Archaeology and History. The old fire station at Place du Ville, one of the oldest markets in Montreal, is the Centre d'Histoire. In this somewhat humble-looking museum, the 350-year cultural history of the city is mapped out. The development of the Irokese Settlement right up to today's shining Metropolis. the city depended on the fur trade. However, from the mid-19th century, a remarkable industrial transformation took place. The rebuilt parish church, Basilique Notre-Dame, represents the historic center of the city. In its numerous wood carvings and colorful glass windows, the early history of Montreal is on view. Most impressive are the altar and illuminated curved ceiling. In front of the 1829 neo-Gothic twin tower facade is the Place d'Armes, with a fountain which was one of the most important watering holes of the first French settlers, and a statue of Montreal's founding father, Chomedey, who in 1644 killed an Iroquois chieftain here. Located close to Notre Dame is Montreal's oldest stone-built structure, Vieux Séminaire de Saint-Sulpice. Vieux-Port was once an important harbour of the St. Lawrence River. Leisure grounds now occupy the vast area along the old harbour. Hustle, bustle and entertainment are guaranteed. Although Montreal lies nearly 1,600 kilometres from the open sea, it owes its wealth to its waterways, which stretch from the interior to the ocean. The St. Lawrence River can be experienced with the pleasure boat BATEAU-MOUCHE. Past old warehouses, the tour leads to the contemporary Cité du Havre Habitat. Moshe Safdie designed this complex of 100 apartments, built on a peninsula from 354 concrete blocks. the clock tower at the tip of the old harbour entrance and upstream under the Pont Victoria through to the middle of the vast river. The mirrored dome of the biosphere was built for Expo 67. Since its opening in 1989, Le Tour Olympique, Montreal's Crooked Tower, has attracted more than 3 million visitors to its 175-metre-high viewing platform. Originally, this tower construction was planned to support the roof of the neighbouring stadium. An external cabin takes visitors rapidly to the top. Strong nerves are called for as Mother Earth quickly slips away. Once at the top, the reward is spectacular. On a clear day, the panoramic view is overwhelming and well worth the nerve-jangling ascent. The 80-kilometre view from the stadium's famous tower is worth every cent. After a short wait, the lift quickly returns the visitor to ground level, where exhibition rooms document the history of the Olympics. The Olympic Stadium, which is reminiscent of a giant shell, is still used today as a multi-purpose hall and can accommodate 80,000 visitors. A movable tented roof construction protects the vast arena from the weather's extremes. Next to the stadium, the BATEAU-MOUCHE was built as an environmental museum. Exotic animals from different world regions mingle among waterfalls and tropical forests. Expert guides explain interesting environmental facts and help the visitor to get a little closer to nature. Marine life is displayed in huge aquariums, and visitors can explore the Arctic and its amusingly cheeky penguin population. insectarium, thousands of insects can be observed. With loving attention to detail, the museum helps the visitor understand the value of insects and to recognize their importance to the ecological balance of our planet. Montreal's Botanical Garden is the second largest in the world and comprises approximately 30 different gardens and 10 large greenhouses. The focal point is a perfect replica of a garden of the Ming dynasty. Here, ponds, pavilions and rock gardens symbolize the perfectly balanced relationship between yin and yang. This 1991 horticultural work of art is dedicated to the friendship between Montreal and Shanghai, the tranquil beauty of a well-cared-for garden, and the splendor of colorful flowers and lanterns. The hectic life of Chinatown can't be missed. Shopper's paradise, and everything's ornately decorated. This area was created in 1860 when many Chinese workers fled to the cities after years of being exploited working on the construction of the railways. Two Chinese arches frame the center of Chinatown, which today is very popular for its many restaurants and varied entertainment. One of Montreal's most beautiful old squares is the Square Saint-Louis. Elegant Victorian properties, which date from the turn of the century's golden years, now house writers and artists who feel very much at home here. Dainty towers and bay windows adorn the restored buildings. The second largest francophone city of the world is a fascinating mixture of old and new. Situated in the middle of the St. Lawrence River, on one of its 230 islands. Next to the gleaming skyscrapers of the inner city, there is an old quarter, which has more historic buildings than any other North American city. Museums, churches, and galleries. And also parks. And a romantic harbor. art of combining the old with the new is supremely manifested in Christchurch. This house of worship, coated in limestone, was the original building here. The new Gothic Anglican cathedral, towered over by skyscrapers, now stands in an underground shopping mall. Through numerous entrances, you can enter the underground city. Cool in summer, snow-free and warm in winter, Montreal's inhabitants venture from ground level and make their way here. Since 1962, the city under the city has been under construction. Over 30 kilometres of walkways. In restaurants, hotels, cafes, shopping centres and railway stations, 500,000 people go on their daily round. Montreal is a pulsating city in which its young people are content. But don't hurry. Here, the breathless tempo of New York and London is a world away. Everywhere, artists can show off their diverse talents. The quest for freedom seems to be limitless. Montréal is the city's most formal park. From here, the island was seized for the French. Paths lead up to an iron cross and a viewing terrace. Montréal offers an impressive view of the city's skyline. The large villa is a reminder of past days' wealth. Montreal is one of the world's most attractive cities and in 1996 was voted, after New York, as one of North America's most culinary metropolises. When other Canadian cities sleep, here the party's only just beginning. European charm and the American way of life. A perfect mix for a sense of well-being.